Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we have traveled to the Coca-Cola Superspeedway for the Coca-Cola 102. This is going to be race number 9 in the More Freedom series, season 3, and the points race is tightening up, so let's go through your top 10 in points. Your current points leader is still going to be that 329 of Heck of a Duber. Second place will be the 38 of Baseman. Third place will be the number 80 of Hall Garrick. Fourth place will be the number 69 of Arco Creates. Fifth will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Sixth will be last week's winner, the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. Seventh will be the 300 of Resemble. Eighth will be the 25 of JTM. Ninth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 72 of Duchess. So that's your top 10 right now in points. Let's go through your team points. Still leading the way is going to be KFB Racing. Second place will be Douche Motorsports. Third will be MBR. Fourth will be Dump and Roll Racing. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Aces to Zed Motorsports after that win last week with Ice Cream Some Days. Chevy has a commanding lead right now in our chassis points. So I don't know. We're going to see a lot of action today here at Coca-Cola. This is a super speedway. The speeds are going to be reaching upwards of 240 to 250 miles an hour for these cars. Anything can happen. It's going to be a wild, crazy show. So let's go racing. Well, let's go through your starting top 10 for this Coca-Cola 102. Starting on the pole is going to be the 00 of Mudbone. And on his outside, the number 40 of Veteran Chaos. Starting third will be the 96 of Nico 2588. And on his outside, the 72 of Duchess. Starting fifth will be the 49 of Jetman. And on his outside, the 88 of NM 2588. Starting seventh will be the number 33 of Harvey Jones. And on his outside, the 38 of Baseman. Starting ninth will be the 34 of Super Snake. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be his teammate, the 777 of Seabass. So that's your top 10 today for this Coca-Cola 102 at this amazing Coca-Cola Superspeedway. I'm excited about this. This is going to be an amazing race. It could be insane. It could be crazy. We're going to see what these drivers do in this high-banked, high-speed Superspeedway. And really, I mean, you know how super speedway racing goes, and this is not a plate track. This is just all out, foot to the floor, as fast as we can go, as Mudbone is going to be leading us down to take this green flag. That beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car is ducking off, and we are ready to go racing. Coming down to take the green flag. Here comes that 00 of Mudbone with Veteran Chaos on his outside, and we have the green flag, and we are underway here at Coca-Cola Superspeedway. So down the front stretch into turn 1, Mudbone leading the way right now. That 96 of Nico down on the bottom. 3 wide right now for second place with the 40 of Veteran Chaos. That 72 of Duchess and the 96 of Nico with his teammate, the 49 of Jetman, right behind him. We can see 3, 4, maybe 5 wide action here as that 33 of Harvey Jones down to the inside of the 49 of Jetman. Being pushed along by the 34 of Super Snake. Great run for that 33 of Harvey Jones with the 96 of Nico coming down the block. The 72 of Duchess on the outside. Currently in first is your pole sitter, the 00 of Mudbone. We're going to see if he can hang up there. And he will. He will lead this first lap here at Coca-Cola. Winding those cars all the way out to the highest range they can go on the RPM. Mudbone leading the way as we go down the backstretch for here on turn 2. Let's get your timing and scoring up. As always, top 10 will be on the left. Your favorite driver scrolling across the top as Mudbone dropping down to the inside. Right behind him is going to be that 34 Super Snake. As we've got 2, 3 wide action back here in the back of the pack as we head down the backstretch. Are we on the front? No, we're on the front stretch now. Duchess caught out here in the middle, 3 wide. Right behind that 23 Fuller Than You at the 34 Super Snake, dropping down to the inside. Pushed along by that 300 of Resemble. Resemble right there to the back bumper of the 34. 34 sliding up out of the turn. Resemble dropping down to the bottom. Here comes the 51 of AJM. And that 13 of King of the Aces, along with 143 of Mom Games Hard. Already a winner once this season is that 300 of Resemble as he just to the back bumper. Almost contact between him and the 34 of Super Snake. Super Snake for Amish and Puggy Racing as we have a massive accident in the back. It's the big one in the back of the pack right now, boys. As that number 8 of Moon Bunnies crashing again this week. So Moon Bunny hard into the wall, along with the number 1 of Jamal Jackson, it looks like. Trying to get slowed up is the rest of this field, slowing down from 250 miles an hour down to our current speed. That is tough break right now for the number 8 of Moon Bunny and the 1 of Jamal Jackson. Wasn't the big one, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to watch. We'll go ahead and we're going to stay here with the leaders. We're going to see if they come in for a pit stop here on lap number 4. And then we'll check out what brought out that caution. But Moon Bunny definitely in, I don't know. We're going to find out what happens. So obviously Moon Bunny had a tough break last week at Watkins Glen with that accident, as it does look like the field, for the most part, the entire field is coming in right now for pit stops. So we're going to see what the 34 Super Snake takes on for tires and fuel. I mean, you're obviously going to fill up on fuel, as I am showing that number 1 of Jamal Jackson is going to be out. So Jamal running 5th, already a winner this season at 5th in points, is out of the race early going here. So right side tires going on for that 34 Super Snake. He is your current leader on the track. Right side tires and 2 tires and fuel for the 34 Super Snake as he gets into it with the 88 of NM right there in the pits. So right side damage for that 34 Super Snake. Let's see what brought out that caution. So your caution is going to be brought out with contact between the 20 of Adam B5000, your Daytona winner, and the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Jamal's going to get down into the 8 of Moon Bunny, and luckily, I don't believe we're going to see any other people involved here. So DB did get a little bit of the crash right there, as the 11 of TC Roberts does get into the 8 of Moon Bunny. He almost got away scot-free, but let's check out that number 1 and see what happened with his car. So here's the 1. He's spinning right now into the end of pit road wall, and literally stuck in the wall right there was that number 1 of Jamal Jackson. So let's go back to live action. So more wrecking here as they were trying to slow down. It looks like we have the 7 of Seabass getting into it with the 33 of Harvey Jones, which is actually going to get into the 619 of Balls Deep here. So Seabass goes over, and the 619 of Big Slick, Balls Deep, is going to have front end damage, and that's actually going to put both of those cars out. So the 619 and the 7 are also going to be out as a result of slowing down from 250 miles an hour. So let's go through your top 10, as we currently have 1 lap to go until green. So still your leader is going to be the 34 Super Snake. He does have that right side damage after getting into it with the 88 of NM. So in second place will be the 143 of Mom Games Hard. Third place will be the 300 of Resemble. Fourth will be the number 13 of King of the Aces. Fifth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Sixth will be the 72 of Duchess. Seventh will be the 51 of AJM 2588. Eighth will be the 329, the points leader, Heck of a Duber. Ninth will be the 123 of Roy Chow, and rounding out the top 10 right now is going to be the 49 of Jetman. Again, as part of that caution, we have 3 drivers out. From the primary caution, it was the number 1 to Jamal Jackson is out. He's going to finish 37th today. And as part of the secondary part of that caution, the 777 of Seabass and the 619 of Balls Deep both going to be out of this race. Moon Bunny, part of that caution, currently running 32nd. We'll see how her car fares and how this 34 of Super Snake fares after he got into a little altercation with the 88 of NM. But Super Snake's going to be leading us down to take the green flag here on lap number 8. Starting lap number 8, that is. He's going to get that car wound up in just a moment as we get ready to take this green flag. And there's the green flag. We are underway again here at Coca-Cola. Super Snake is leading us down into the turn. 143 of Mob Games Hard, and that 300 of Resemble down to his inside. Super Snake going high. He might have trouble with that car after that contact in the pits, as the 300 of Resemble is pushing out way to the lead right here. Here comes the 13 and the 72. 72 of Duchess hooked up right now with her teammate. That one, the 329 of Heck of a Doober. Down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Duchess and Doober pushing the 13 of King of the Aces along out to the front, as he's probably going to take over the lead here as the 49 of Jetman right there underneath that 300 of Resemble. Your leader on the track is going to be that 13 of King of the Aces. The 72 of Duchess down to his inside. So for the lead here, down into 1 and 2 goes the 72 of Duchess. Right behind her is going to be we're going to see if she does slide up there in front of the 13 of King of the Aces. But underneath King of the Aces is going to be the 143 of Mob Games Hard and the 49 of Jetman. Mob Games Hard right there being pushed along by the 999 of Deviant and that 71 of Kung Fu Beer. KFB Racing having a rough start right now with 2 of their drivers out of the race, but here comes the 71 of Kung Fu Beer himself and the 40 of Veteran Chaos. Vet has had a great couple races in the last couple weeks, as he is right there behind his teammate and car owner, KFB. And here comes second place in points, the 38 of Baseman, as the 72 of Duchess still going to be your leader right there. Oh, KFB, little bit of a touch between him and the 999 of Deviant. Deviant coming down in front of him. KFB having none of it with his foot in the gas. He slides up in behind the 999 of Deviant as the 13 of King of the Aces getting underneath the 72 of Duchess right there with the 999. King pushing out to the lead right now, but here comes that 71 of Kung Fu Beer and his teammate, the 40 of Veteran Chaos. Second place in points, the 38 of Baseman. 2 cars behind him right now, behind Vet right now. In between him, sandwiched between them is going to be the 96 of Nico. Fast action as the 38 of Baseman sliding in behind his teammate, the 40 of Veteran Chaos. Vet's going to have a push by his teammate. Here comes the 799 of Mike Check and the 06, last week's winner. That 06 of Ice Cream Some Days, who had a dominant car last week at Watkins Glen, as she's into the pits. Not sure if that is a schedule. That's probably an unscheduled stop. Not quite sure, but she is definitely into the pits right now, as your leader on the track is going to be the 40 of Veteran Chaos. Right behind him is going to be his teammate, that 38 of Baseman. So KFB Racing, again, even though they have 2 cars out, the other 3 of them are hanging up here at the front, as that 13 of King of the Aces not trying to lose any more positions, trying to race his way back to the front of this field. So Aces to Zed Motorsports also having a great day right now. As King of the Aces now down to the inside of the 40 of Veteran Chaos. Right behind him is going to be the 799 of Mike Check. The Drop Bear Racing team looking for a second win this season. The 300 Resemble already a winner here in the More Freedom Series, as there it goes, the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. Again, she won last week and is now, I don't know if she had like a tire going down or what, but she is already going to be at least 1 lap down here, as the 799 of Mike Check being powering himself out to the lead in that Toyota. Right behind him is going to be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer and the 72 of Duchess, as Duchess is dropping down to the inside of the 71. Followed right behind her in hot pursuit is going to be that 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. So Frederick to the back bumper of Duchess. All new players here at the front of the field as the 544 is trying to get to the lead as I'm almost at 72 or the 42 getting down to his inside as the 71 of Kung Fu Beer grinding his car against the wall here in the 3 and 4. So Duchess getting her car back out to the lead right now. Right behind her is going to be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. And here comes the 69 of Arco Creates, her teammate, the 329 of Heck of a Doober down there in the low line with the 29 of Wishbone Attack and his teammate, the 51 of AJM. Heavy action for the lead here on lap number 14. As the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum right there behind the 799 as the 799 ducks out. The 544 making it 3 wide down into the turn. Right behind Frederick is going to be the 42 of ZWTF. So Frederick with a heck of a move down the back stretches. We have multiple people coming in for the pits. Pit stops on the track right now. Good pits as we're going to watch that 799, see what he does. Down this long straightaway here at Coca-Cola, the 799 is in. He's got right side tires going on here on lap number 15 with 19 laps to go. So we're looking at probably at least one more stop as he's going left side tire. So a 4-tire stop for the Drop Bear Racing team as his teammate, the 300 Resemble, right behind him. Mike check down and away. Here comes the 13 of King of the Aces. We're going to see where the 72 of Duchess comes out at. There comes Duchess. So a slow stop for that 72 as she came in right behind the 799 of Mike check. With the 13 of King of the Aces is right there on his back bumper. There goes the 34 of Super Snake. Involved. No, he was involved in that incident with the 88 of NM on pit road. So getting up to speed after his pit stop, the 799 of Mike Check, currently being shown as the leaders at 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Behind Mike Check's going to be the 13 and the 29. Here comes the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days, who is being shown on the lead lap currently. So we're going to see where it shakes up, where she is on the track here in just a minute. Could be great pit strategy for the 06 as the 29 of Wishbone Attack down to the inside of the 13 of King of the Aces. Aces is at Motorsports in the top. MBR at the bottom. Ice Cream pushing her teammate, the 13 of King of the Aces, down into turn 1. With a heck of a draft. That draft between the 13 and the 06 is going to allow them to catch up to that 799 of Mike Check really, really quickly as we have slow traffic coming out of the pits. They thread the needle between themselves and Mike Check. Ice Cream slows down for just a hair, but almost disaster right there for the 13 of King of the Aces, as I'm not sure exactly who your leader is right now, as the 544 of Winklebaum getting freight trained right now by the 13 and the 799. Actually being shown as the leader is going to be the 96. So I'm trying to find them on the track. And actually it's going to be shown as your leader being King of the Aces. So we're going to jump back up here to the front of the field as Harvey has left side damage. I believe he was involved in one of those incidences early on. So your leader on the track is going to be the 13 of King of the Aces. So I'm looking at your timing and scoring, and oh, no. I think it's the 799. So your leader on the track is the 799 of Mike Check, and I'm showing Ice Cream is actually good. Ice Cream's going to be in second place, so good pitch strategy for that 06 of Ice Cream some days. This enormously large track allowed her to get out without going a full 2 laps down. And she has caught up to these leaders, and she is now in second place. Right behind her is going to be that 29 of Wishbone Attack and her teammate, the 13 of King of the Aces. So Basically a 5-car breakaway right now here at the front of the field as the 29 of Wishbone Attack trying to get down to the inside of that 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. Unable to do so, but the 13 of King of the Aces was thinking about getting down to the inside of the 29. So your leader on the track is going to be the 799 of Mike Check here on lap number 20. I'm not quite sure who led it halfway. I'm going to have to go back and review for that, but this is getting to be an exciting race here for the last 14 laps as Mike Check has just powered that car for Drop Bear Racing Team out to the front. His teammate, currently the 300, is in 13th position right now. As battling it out between Aces to Z is the number 13 and the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. So King's going to need some drafting help by that 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. And with that drafting help, he's going to be able to power himself around that 06. But we're going to see what Frederick does here down the backstretch. So Frederick able to get that draft right there onto the 13. As the 29 of Wishbone Attack trying to get a bumper underneath the 799 of Mike Check down the front stretch. Wishbone Attack creeping out just a little bit. Not making that pass just yet. Going to see what's in front of them as we will have slow traffic with the 8 of Moon Bunny and the 11 and the 34. So down the backstretch they come as the 799 of Mike Check still going to be your leader here. Let's drop back and see what's going on behind these guys, this group, as the 72 and the 96 have hooked up for the draft right now. They are currently running about 3.8 seconds behind your front pack as we do have another, oh my gosh, almost seen a huge accident between the 300 of Resemble and the 25 of JTM right there. 300 of Resemble had gotten down onto the shoulder and slid up into the side of the 25. So awesome job by the 25 and the 300 to save it right there and not go crashing down the straightaway or into the turn. That would have been bad for your points leader, the 329 of Heck of a Duper, as he was riding right beside him, as we do have an incident right now. So incident on the track as we do have caution. Not quite sure what it's going to bring it at, what brought it out, but we will find out in just a moment. As with 11 laps remaining, I believe we got one more stop here at Coca-Cola, and that's this is going to bunch up the field, and two, this is going to make for an exciting ending as we're going to all the cars are going to be together after those green flag stops, and I don't know. We'll find out what happens, as I'm assuming we're going to get some takers for pit road here. Not everybody's taking pit road. Looks like the 51 and the 143 are staying out. Not quite sure. That's going to be detrimental to their into their race, as I'm guessing the 51 is staying out so we can get those 5 bonus points. Looks like the 69 of Arco Creates is involved in an accident right there, but let's check your race leader and see what he does here as he's got right side tires going on. Again, this is going to be their last stop of the day. So right side tires going on for the 799 of Mike Check, and 2 tire stop and fuel for the 799, and he is down and away. So Vet into his pits. Mike is off and going. And it looks like the 51 of AJM and the 143 of Mob Games Hard staying out. So AJM is going to pick up those 5 bonus points for leading a lap, which is going to be helpful for him as he was currently running in the he'd actually, let's see, where is he in the list? He is 20th in points. So I mean, 5 more points definitely helps, but let's go see what brought out that caution. So this caution is going to be brought out by the 42 of ZWTF. He slides down in front of the 329 of Heck of a Duber, and Duber's going to get into his left rear tire, or left rear, and this is going to be a horrific accident. So let's hope that the 42 of ZWTF is okay after this, but let's go through this replay. Just down into his Yep. As you can see, that is a horrific hit by the 69 of Arco Creates and the 07 of Douche Baggins. Let's see that again. From the inside of the 07 car, let's see this replay. So one more time for this replay from the inside of the 69 of Arco Creates. So let's hope that ZWTF, Arco, and DB are okay after that massive accident there on, I don't even know, lap 23. So a very, very bad accident and a huge hit for the 42 of ZWTF and the 69 and the 07. So obviously they are all three out of the race. They've been taken to the infield care center, and hopefully, fingers crossed that they're going to be okay, and hopefully they'll be back next week for Chicagoland. But very, very, very hard hit for all three of those drivers. Really no place for DB or Arco to go in that. So racing incident, you hate to see it, but you know, fingers crossed that they're okay. Let's go through your top 10 again real fast with one lap to go here until we hit green. Your leader on the track is going to be the 51 of AJM. Second is going to be the 143 of Mom Games Hard. Third will be the 799 of Mike Check. Fourth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Fifth will be the 696 of Nico. Sixth will be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Seventh will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Eighth will be the number 20 of Adam B 5000. Ninth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 72 of Duchess. So under 10 under 10 laps to go here, as that 51 of AJM is going to be leading us down to take this green flag. I'm not sure. I think he's going to go one lap and then into the pits, I would assume. We're going to see what him and the 143 of Mom Games Hard do, as the rest of this field can go the distance. And we are under green here at Coca-Cola for hopefully the final time. Laying us down into turn one is going to be the 51 of AJM. Right behind him is going to be the 143 of Mom Games Hard. And then all that rest of the field that took on tires and fuel with the 799, the 95, the 96. So awesome pit stop by the 95 of Zed Brunna, as the 96 of Nico down to his inside. 95, 96, drag racing down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Right behind Nico is going to be the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. Again, he's in hot pursuit as he slides up right there to the back bumper of the 95. So it looks like the 95 is Zed Brunna into to take the pits. That's going to leave your leader on the track again to be the 799 of Mike Check, as it is getting rowdy behind him. Last week's winner, that 06 of Ice Cream Some Days, now into third place, getting underneath that 96 of Nico, and with the 72 of Duchess and her teammate, the 329 of Heck of a Doober. Duchess with a great run down the backstretch, pushing the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days along with the 329 of Heck of a Doober. So your points leader right there, that 329, with his teammate, the 72 of Duchess, trying to work their way to the back bumper of the 799 of Mike Check. This lead pack is going to get wild and crazy here with 6 laps to go, as the battle with the 72 and the 799 heads down into turn 1. The 72 has to slow up or slide up, as the 13 of King of the Aces had a heck of a run on her. But that's going to put last week's winner, that 06 of Ice Cream Some Days, into second place right behind the 799 of Mike Check. Mike has a very, very good car here today for the Drop Bear Racing team. but also that 06 of Ice Cream Some Days with amazing pitch strategy early in the race may have just, at this point, it may catapult her to the win, but I mean, we're going to find out as this has just gotten, right here at the end of this race, has just gotten wild and crazy. Up here in the front of the pack for the majority of the day has been this 13 at King of the Aces. And here comes your pole sitter, that 00 of Mudbone. Followed right behind him is going to be that 71 at Kung Fu Beer. But here comes that number 3 of Geek Girl Games. I don't believe we've mentioned her today. So G3 is now into this front pack, along with the 20 of Adam B5000. Adam, I believe, was involved in that incident early on, as he has now, made those repairs and able to get back into the front lead pack. As the 00 of Mudbone down into 1 and 2. Right underneath that 13 of King of the Aces. King swinging it hard down in front of that 00 of Mudbone. That draft between himself and the 3 of Geek Girl Games is going to push. I thought we had smoke there for a second. I thought we had caution. Push that 13 right to the back bumper of the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. 3 Toyotas up here at the front of the field, as the 799 of Mike Check still going to be your leader with 3 laps to go. Aces to Zed Motorsports hungry for another win here. 2 in a row. They're looking for 2 in a row now, as, again, Ice Cream won last week. Coda trying to win this week. And a host of other drivers trying to play spoiler at this point, as the 660 of Garrett Miller coming up here now with his teammate, the 00 of Mudbone, here on the same screen. As Mike is just, with this racing behind him, he is just able to stay out in front of the rest of the pack with 2 laps, I think about 3 laps to go. Ice Cream down to the bottom. The 13 of King of the Aces behind her. If they can get a draft going, they might be able to catch up to that 799 of Mike Check and get around him. I think we've got somebody into the pits as the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days down to the inside of the 799 Mike Check, down into 1 and 2. Ice Cream down to the bottom. G3 right behind her. Here comes the 660 of Garrett Miller. Ice Cream Some Days sliding up in front of the 799 of Mike Check. We are headed down for 1 lap to go with your leader on the track, the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. And here comes the 3 of Geek Girl Games, the 660 of Garrett Miller. Down at the bottom of the track, we're coming down to take the white flag. Your leader on the track right now is going to be the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. Dutch is in the pits. Down into 1 for the final time. 1 and 2 as the 799 of Mike Check down to the bottom. Getting underneath that 3 of Geek Girl Games. Your leader on the track is the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. The 799 of Mike Check in second. He's going to get a good run down the backstretch. He's down to the inside. We've got a slow car. Mike Check down to the inside of the 06. Heading for the lead. Final lap here at Coca-Cola. Your leader right now is the 799 of Mike Check. It looks like he might be able to pull out this win as he is powering past the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days down the front stretch. Your leader, the 799 of Mike Check. Today, the winner at Coca-Cola is going to be the 799 of Mike Check. Almost a repeat win for the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. I thought she was going to get it there on the last lap, but that draft in that car, the Drop Bear Racing Team put a great car underneath the 799 of Mike Check, and he just held it out there the entire race and was able to come out to the win. So let's go through your top 10. Again, your winner today here at Coca-Cola is going to be the 799 of Mike Check. Second place will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Third place will be the 00 of Mudbone. Fourth will be the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. Fifth will be the 999 of Deviant. Sixth will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Seventh will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Eighth will be the 20 of Adam B5000. Ninth will be the 96 of Nico 2588. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 660 of Garrett Miller. So amazing race here at Coca-Cola. Amazing finish with the 799 of Mike Check coming out on top. Next week, if we could top this race, next week we are going to Chicagoland, which was an amazing race last season. So we're going to Chicagoland for the Chicagoland 80 next week. And I'm sure Eric is looking forward to that as he was last year's winner. But let's go through the points. Maybe we might see some shakeup at the front. I don't know, but let's go through your point situation right now. We'll see who's in the lead. I think it could be close. Like that top 10, even the top 20 is just, they're getting so close right now. And it really, again, it's still anybody's season at this point, even though Duber's been our points leader. We'll see if he's still leading the points. And we'll see who is leading the team points this week, as I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure. We'll see if KFB had enough to retain their points lead, or if it's switched to Douche Motorsports, and also who's leading the chassis points, which I assume is still going to be Chevy. So yeah, another amazing race here in the More Freedom Series. I was just edge of your seat excitement from flag to flag. Unfortunately, we had a couple bad accidents. We'll find out about Z, WTF, Arco, and DB, and hopefully they're okay. And hopefully they'll be back for Chicagoland next week. But again, congratulations to your winner here at the Coca-Cola 102. It's going to be the 799 of Mike Check. So amazing job by Mike Check. Amazing job by the Drop Bear Racing team today. And until next week at Chicagoland, take care.